Hey, it's Steve Zalunardo here with Treviso Realty. Just a real quick update on the market here in Southwest Florida. Give you an idea of current inventory right now. What we're facing here in Southwest Florida is 18,530 units. So very similar what we're seeing between the 18, 19,000 mark the last few months since we were reporting, and just 374 sales. And again, we've removed manufactured homes because this is not a product that we're doing business with. And if you kind of bring this a little bit closer to home in Estero, we're at 666 units for sale, like resale units. That's obviously everything except manufactured homes, and only 26 sales in the last 7 days. So again, 374 sales for Southwest Florida in the last 7 days, and 26 in Estero in the last 7 days. I want to talk about some articles that I just kind of stumbled upon right now. Just on here, I'll just close up some of these tabs here. If you kind of look at these articles, if you've been watching a little bit, especially north to south, I'm in both markets, and I've been following Blackstone. Clearly, this is like following Pelosi for stocks. Like, this is a good indication of what the future is going to hold. If you look at Blackstone's been really bullish on buying real estate. So they've been dropping billions of dollars, something I think 20 or 30 billion dollars in this year, plus last year I think it was about half of that. But they've been buying all different types of single family residents. They've been buying apartment units. They've been buying like luxury prestige business office space. So they've been accumulating a ton of real estate as everybody's running away from it because of costs associated with carrying them with these interest rates. These guys have been buying up. Again, the game is here. It's pretty much pretty easy to read in a sense. These are the guys that crash it. These are the guys that buy it when it's cheap. These are the guys that bring the value back up when they need to, when they've done enough buying. So it looks like they've done enough buying, because if you kind of read this article, the CEO of Blackstone says real estate's upcycle is happening now. So clearly the cheap of the option to buy real estate at a lower price is going to start ending very shortly. And you kind of see now that with the Feds adjusting the policy rate by 50 basis points, they're going to be the Feds are meeting again November 6th to 7th, a 2-day meeting, and they're expecting another 25 to 50 basis points there to kind of lower it down. They're just obviously scared because the U.S. economy is still in an uproar, so they want to obviously make sure inflation's not going to affect it. But I'm also reading another article here, just basically on this. U.S. housing starts ease on decline in multifamily construction. So what happens is, like, if you looked at, again, when I drive from north to south, it's like 1,500 miles. I pass, I think, 6 or 7 states. So, filling up for fuel or whatever we're doing, we kind of see, just like it is based here in Southwest Florida, where we have a lot of these multi-unit buildings getting built up next to the highway. That's obviously the right space for it. And if you kind of see as the highway we're driving down from 6 or 7 states, you'll see this continuation of this massive build out of apartment buildings. Even if you stop into not even they're more like luxury apartments, 3 or 4 stories, like nice stuff. But if you're driving, it doesn't matter if you're filling up fuel, you're seeing this construction getting built, because it looked like at some point clearly they were afraid of They put all their eggs in one basket regarding apartment space. Now they're pulling back on that because they're overbuilt, and they're going to go back to single family dwelling. And if you kind of see, you kind of read through this article, kind of explains it. I'll have a link attached to this posting, but it kind of gives you an idea where everything's going now. Everything's coming back to single family dwelling because they've underbuilt it, because they've put all the resources into these apartments, and now they're trying to extend back into single family because that's where the future is going to be. With these lower rates, families are going to be able to buy, so that's what's going to start curtailing. This is what I'm telling our crowd up north, our client base, is that you're going to have to start buying real estate now at some point, and then obviously buy with consideration of your budget. Don't overbuy. But we're going to have a good run going forward, and this is what we're looking at with the build that we're doing here in Cape Coral. We've listed the property. Hopefully, we can get this under contract shortly. Once that gets under contract, we're going to buy 2 more building lots, and then go side by side and build. And then we're knocking them up between 3 and 4 months. And this is obviously a really raw schedule that we have right now, which I'm going to bring it down to about 90 days at some point. So if we can kind of start building, go for permits as of January, we'll get them on the market by March. If we can flip these real quick, get them sold real quick. We're going to go for another two, then maybe another two after that. Because if we can do a cycle of every 3 to 4 months, put up these properties, get them on the market, get them sold, I'm not going to stop and be happy until the calendar year ends and see how much money we have left, and that's what we're going to allocate into 2026 after that. So if you kind of look now, we're going for 3 next year, 3 builds, clearly, obviously, based on the market. And then if the market is in an uproar and we catch that vein of gold, as they say, we're going to probably go for 6 units next year. And this is obviously based on all this information we're reading. And this is what we're telling clients. Not only, obviously, I'm a multifaceted real estate business. Let's say we kind of do every aspect of it, and building is one of them. And this is why we're telling our clients that are buying and selling, like on either for their personal use or if they want a little investment property, you're going to have to start buying now as these rates are starting to come down. And I'll tell you why, because look at Estero, for example. I have so many tabs open here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So this is our MLS system. So currently right now, if we kind of set the criteria, this is boring, sorry, but just to kind of give you an idea, if we get into, let's say, all of Estero, we put new construction in, there's only 41 units available in all of Estero. Again, so there's 666 houses, so imagine that, and only 41 new construction. It's not a lot. Obviously, this doesn't take into account what's not listed. Some of the builders hold whatever they have internally, but most of them, they get listed, especially if they're spec builds. So ultimately, if you're going to see, like, some of them are under construction, under the shell process, they won't be listed. Clearly, there's going to be more in their back pocket. But right now, currently, there's only 41 available right now for new construction. So if you look what that entails, I mean, let's just cap it at $1 million. There's I counted like 25 to 26 units get to about this point here. So from 980 down to 407. And if you kind of look at the different communities, Milan Villas, which is really right up the street from my office on Williams and Three Oaks. Verdana Village, there's a few of them. Some of these are Polte, some of these are Lennar. River Creek, there's a few. Esplanade Lakes. Wild Blue, I'm surprised they're still selling there. I guess they had a few extra lots available, but you kind of see the prices. They're well over $1 million. And then Miramar, they're in the $3 to $5 million, $3 to $6 million rather. Let's see what a $6 million house is. All right, that's a $6 million house. But anyway, just curious. That's what it is. So there's not much new construction. So as going forward, when you're looking for your own properties, you should start buying now, to be honest, and then ultimately sit tight and then ride the wave like we all are. I'm going to start, like I said, we're going to be building, selling, building, selling, building, selling. Obviously, there's going to be a cyclical turn in every market at some point. Make sure that we're not over leveraged at that point. Sell everything, sit tight, and then start buying again. But right now, we're going to be, as Mr. CEO of Blackstone says, we're on the upcycle, friends. So let's get her done. Have a great day.